Another episode of the CHF Overtime Podcast on this Monday afternoon. My name is Jordan DeLuciano, as always, and joining me now, first of two guests today, is the NEIHC Howie's Player of the Month of November at a Nichols College, Patrick Vetter. Congratulations, and thank you for jumping on the podcast today.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. So, first of all, how's it feel to get the honor of Player of the Month representing the NEIHC?
Honestly, it feels pretty good. We play against a lot of good teams with a lot of good players. So to be able to be called the Player of the Month for this league is it's a great accomplishment for me.
Yeah, how's it feel to be in the same conference and then be recognized as the standout player alongside the defending champion Babson?
Yeah, that one's definitely makes it a little bit better. They're obviously the reigning national champions, so being able to compete against them and in this case, kind of have a leverage on them here it feels really good.
Yeah, Babson team having another good year this season, back-to-back, trying to go back-to-back in the Fed Cup, but you had a great stand. You're having a great standout season right now from the blue line, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points in 7 games. What has led to you, giving you this success on the ice and gotten you this award?
I started off the season a little bit rough, so I started on forward, then I got moved back to D because we're so short-handed, and kind of just getting the shot off and getting it to the net has kind of been the thing for me. And that's where the assists come into play too. People in front just banging in the rebounds. But that's kind of been our thing, kind of just making sure that those shots do get through. And, I mean, luckily enough, I have guys that'll give me the puck. So I just fired.
Yep. Have you always been a forward your whole life? Have you flip-flopped over time? Because like you said, you started forward, but you went onto the blue line now.
Yeah, so when I first started hockey, I played forward, and then about a couple years in, I switched to D. And I played D most of my life up until about 8th grade, where I switched back to forward. And I've played forward ever since until beginning of this season. So all through high school and the first 3 years of Nichols.
Okay. How was that transition, though, from playing forward for a decent amount of time and then having to flip-flop a little bit on and off?
It's not – the forward to D is easier than going D to forward, definitely, just because, I mean, on power play, you play D sometimes. So you a lot more skating on forward. So that's where it makes it harder. But the defense, you got to make sure you're always back. That's the one key with.
Was it, did you find an easy transition in the transitional game? Sorry for using the same word, but from going forward to defense, the switch between usually on forward, you're skating forwards up the ice on the back check. Defense, you're back skating the whole time. Did you find that flip-flop difficult to change up to?
Yeah, absolutely. Haven't been playing D in a very long time, so a couple times when people are coming down on me, I find them to just fly by me because I just wasn't used to that whole backwards thing. So it took a little used to get used to that. So, but I was able to kind of adjust pretty quick.
Nice. Yeah. Where did you model your game off? Like, who did you watch growing up? What team did you watch? Anyone specific that you wanted to replicate?
Yeah. So growing up, being from the New England area, I've always been a Boston Bruins fan. And, I never really looked up to somebody when I was younger. But, like, if I was to say something nowadays, I'd probably talk more regarding, like, David Pastrnak, not in the sense of, like, skill-wise, but kind of he's always finding his way open. When you look up, he's always somehow open, and I kind of see myself as that. So they're kind of like looking for me, not to like make some crazy move, but to get open and get a shot off.
Yeah, I always got to try to find. That's where the best players get. They just find ways to get that open space when you least expect it. So before you came to Nichols, you mentioned you dabbled forward in defense in high school hockey. Where did you play? Was it just high school hockey? Did you dabble and travel as well before you arrived at Nichols?
No, I played 4 years of high school hockey in Dover, New Hampshire at St. Thomas Aquinas, where we were Division I my freshman year, and then we played Division II the last 3 years.
Okay. Oh, nice. What brought you to Nichols College? I know, you're from New Hampshire. They got the school in Massachusetts. What got you to Nichols College?
So I knew a kid that played hockey with me in high school that came here. So I got the idea of touring one day. I really liked the school. Then I got the opportunity to go and watch one of the Nichols club hockey games when they played Boston University. And the hockey was a lot better than I expected it to be. It was still high competitive play. And it really just seemed like it was going to fit really well with the whole academic because I really like the school as well.
Yeah, no, I've seen not up in personal, but I've seen pictures of the campus, and it's a beautiful campus. You know, surrounded by a bunch of it's a big green area from what
Yep.
I've seen. Yeah, at Nichols. Academically wise, you're on the club hockey team, but academically wise, what are you pursuing?
Criminal justice.
Okay. That is a tough field to get in. I've had family members dabble in that in their college times. Anything specific within criminal justice?
Yeah, I plan to go into law enforcement, kind of be a state trooper or a cop.
Okay, nice. You know, I know a couple of state troopers. So that's pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff at Nichols College. Are they known for their criminal justice over there? Like, what is something that Nichols College is academic wise what they're known for? Do you know of?
Yeah, they're becoming a very big business school. They've been since I've been here, they've excelled greatly in their business program, and they've brought in, I know, some amazing professors to teach classes, and they're in some of the top 10 ranks for business classes and people coming out of Nichols and excelling in life in the business world.
So now from the school aspect to the hockey aspect, what year you're 21 years old, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What year are you in currently?
I'm currently in my senior year.
Senior year. So have you been playing for the Nichols club team all your time at the college, or you just started late?
No, I played the first 3 years. Well, my sophomore year, due to COVID, we didn't have a team, but all 3 years that we've been eligible to play, I've played.
Okay. All right. So what is the difference between day one freshman year and now you're in your senior year you've seen with this team?
Freshman year, we didn't have a lot of players, really. We were kind of the guys that were a little bit older there, we weren't in a league. It was kind of just like a mess around, just getting the guys together. But over the past 3 years playing, it's really became like a competitive team for us. We've joined the league, obviously, which we weren't a part of freshman year. And we've got a coach who's been out actually looking at guys, trying to get them to come here to play for us because we want to make this a better program and excel in the league.
Yeah, no, it's day by day, slowly you advance the program. And right, Nichols has an NCAA. Are they D3 in NCAA?
Yeah, they're Division III.
And you guys do have a hockey team as well, right, for D3?
Yeah, we're in the CCC.
Gotcha. Do you guys ever have some talent that trickles down from the NCAA D3 team that comes to the club team, or vice versa?
Yeah, absolutely. We always have usually freshmen that come in that want to try out for the real team, and either they will play on the real team or they'll get cut, and more than likely they're going to come play for our team. So it brings in, we know when they come to this team, they're at least going to be a little skilled if they're willing to try out for that team. So not oftentimes do they call people from our team up or something like that, but I don't know, both teams are a little shorthanded this year. So
okay, this year so far for your Nichols college squad, what have you seen so far? Anything you've liked? Anything you look to improve on going into the Christmas break and then the back end of the season?
Yeah, we've struggled with the whole 60 minutes thing. We have kind of just played more than likely like 40 minutes. So we gotta figure out how to play the full 60 minutes, where we've kind of, the first period we've struggled in. So we kind of fall behind early, and then we're kind of struggling late to tie up the game. And then the whole team aspect. We got kids that don't show up to some games, so we have playing short-handed a lot, unfortunately. But after the break, I feel like with the new semester, we're all going to be a little bit settled in a little bit better.
Oh, okay. That's tough. That's a tough go to have to deal with, guys just not showing up for games. There's some teams like a Binghamton team that is student ran behind the bench. Do you have like the young voice behind the bench where you have former players, or is it more older presence in the coaching staff?
Yeah, this year we've had he's been here for my 3 years now. He was my assistant coach my freshman year, but he's an older gentleman. He played juniors growing up, but we would like to have like a assistant coach too, who would be like the student kind of guy, but we don't have one of those. Okay.
Yeah, slowly but steady, the program's got to grow. It's a very nice school. Like, they compete in Division 3 NCAA, so they're well on their way. But you're going to graduate this year, right? As you said, your senior year, right? Correct. What's your goals? Let's start on the ice personally before you graduate?
Kind of just to have fun and win hockey games before, the whole competitive aspect of it's gone. I just want to win. That's all we all want to do. But I definitely want to see this team come together more and kind of just finish out the season really well and end it on a high note.
And now from on the ice, off the ice, right before you graduate, academically, where do you want to see yourself?
I want to see myself finish out strong and kind of set myself in the correct direction of what I want to do in life, and finishing out school strong with the hard work is where I feel like it's going to get me.
Good stuff. Patrick Vetter, thank you for joining the podcast. I appreciate your time representing Nichols College, a team might not get as much attention because you're dealing with Babson in that conference, but appreciate you giving some exposure to your Nichols team. So thank you again for coming on, Patrick, and good job on the Player of the Month. Well done. So again, the NEIHC Howie's Player of the Month representing Nichols College, Patrick Vetter, the forward defenseman. He's the Swiss Army knife. No, I hit the wrong button again. I accidentally took myself off the stream there. But yes, he could do it all. That's tough, though. That's a tough transition. I tried it. I dabbled in it during my college days, trying to go from forward and play a little bit of defense. And I'm like, I didn't last long. I played some pickup games over the summer just to see how I would be on defensive, just being a defenseman. And I'm like, no, this isn't for me. I'm going to stay on the wing. So that's very difficult transition. And Patrick Vetter, he's done a good job so far in switching it up. And that is something he talked about a little bit, is you don't really think of that. When you're back checking as a forward, you're skating forward. You're looking back down ice and you're skating forward. But if you want to be a defenseman, you got to be able to now work on your back skating game, work on your edges and your quick turns and pivots, because when you're back checking as a defenseman, you are skating backwards. So it's something that might not be, it's pretty obvious, but definitely something that needs to be addressed when you flip the forward to defense. But now joining me, representing the Empire Conference from Fairfield University, the forward, he's got 29 points in 15 games, 14 goals, 15 assists, Vincent Spaziante. Vincent, thank you for joining.
Yeah, thanks, Jordan. Thanks for having me. Appreciate
No problem, man. First off, starting off, Howie's Player of the Month out of the Empire Conference. How's it feel to get that honor?
It's great. As a team, I feel like November was one of our best months. We had a lot of big wins. I just feel like we came together a little more. We might have had a couple bad losses early in the year, but I feel like November, we came together and things started to click for us, and it looks good moving forward.
You guys did finish very strong. I remember watching live that big come from behind win against Farmingdale. You guys picked up a win recently against Mass Maritime, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then you guys are done for I checked the schedule. You guys are done for the month of December?
Yeah, so we take the month of December off and early January, and we'll start back up at the end of January.
Gotcha. Now, I'll go back to that Farmingdale game. You guys had a great come from behind win in the third period, capped off by your overtime goal. What's the discussion in the locker room? I believe you were down 2 in the third going into the final frame. What's the discussion in the locker room, and how'd you guys overcome that to get the overtime win?
Yeah, going into a game like that, everyone's more prepared. Farmingdale is one of our big rivals. Going down, it's always tough, but anyone that knows Fairfield hockey knows that Fairfield hockey is a third period team. So we're never down on ourselves, and we just kept clawing back, kept fighting back, and ended up working in our favor in the end.
That Empire Conference you guys are in, what's it like playing in such a competitive league? You guys have always been good. Farmingdale, Quinnipiac, Ramapo, Fordham's been giving some tough games this year within it. What's it like playing in such a competitive league?
It's awesome. It's good to know that every weekend you're going to go into a battle. You know that you're not going to get any light games, and you have to show up prepared to work every weekend. And that's been awesome for us. It helps us get stronger for, Empire playoffs and hopefully a run at the national championship. So being able to play a more competitive schedule this year, opposed to my 3 previous years, has definitely been more beneficial for us as a team.
So this year, you guys currently, I believe there's going to be rankings coming out this week, but you guys are right now at 5 within the CHF. What has gone right this year? Last year, still a very good season. Have you seen any differences? But you just mentioned just now, it's been a much stronger schedule, but that seems to be benefiting you guys.
Yeah, I think, we have a very similar team to last year. We did fill approximately 6 or 7 spots, but I think overall we're scoring more goals than we did in years previously. We got a lot of skill guys that came in, a lot of guys stepping up a little more this year. So I definitely think being able to put the puck in the net a little more often this year has definitely helped us.
Now, speaking of putting pucks in the net, you got just under a goal a game, not just a point a game, a goal a game, 14 and 15. What has brought you your success this year?
Honestly, I think it's the kids I've been playing with. I've been playing with Connor Momro and Michael Piticelli, both seniors. I've been playing with them for Mike 4 years, Connor 3 years. And I think things are just clicking right now for us. And if it's not me, it's them. So I just think that being able to play with them, we've just been finding the back of the net, and it's been working out.
So now the one down point so far of the season was you went 1-2, got a win at the Elmira tournament. What was it like getting exposure against the upstate teams in that tournament? Talk me through what happened in there. 1-2, you guys, I believe you knocked off Cornell, right?
Yeah. I mean, definitely great exposure. Those are the teams that you're going to see in nationals. You're going to see those teams in March. So I definitely think getting that exposure was great. We had a tough 3-2 loss to Niagara. I definitely think we were in that entire game, and it could have gone either way. That being said, didn't end up in our favor, but I'm confident that, that's a team that if we see in March, we're definitely going to put up a battle. Overall, it's a great win against an undefeated Cornell team. And even though we lost to Binghamton, we always have great battles with them. And we went down 5-1, and being able to come back and tie that game, they edged us out in the end. But just being able to once again come back, claw back, I know that I have confidence in our team that come March, we'll be ready to face teams like that.
Yeah, you were right there. Those two losses there, you were right there with the best of the best right now in the CHF, Niagara and Binghamton in the top 3. So you guys are right within striking distance. But you said you've been here your senior year, correct?
Correct.
You've been at Fairfield this whole time, and they've been a powerhouse within the Empire and within the CHF and club hockey your whole time there. What has been so successful for the Stags during your time there? Is it system, chemistry, coaching? What's been connecting?
I definitely think coaching and chemistry, as a lot of people know, a lot of teams either don't have an official coach or, they're student ran. I definitely think that our coaches, Mike Silva and Mark Mangino, kind of run a great program here, and it's only going to expand as time goes on. But I definitely think they have a great way of having players buy into a program. You have a really good balance between club hockey and the competition and the seriousness that's behind it. So being able to have team year after year come together and know that, we have one goal, and that's to win an Empire League championship and then go on, hopefully win a national championship. I definitely think that every team has bought into that since I've been here. And that's my goal and our team's goal this year as well.
So now on the ice to off the ice, what are you pursuing academically, and what do you want to pursue after you graduate coming up in this spring?
I'm a finance major with a business analytics minor. I'm hoping to continue that career, whether it be in wealth management or something along those lines. So it's my goal. I'm going to continue to work at that and see what happens.
Anything specific that interests you after graduation in your line of work?
Right now, I currently intern at a financial management firm, and I love working under a financial advisor. So hopefully I can get to that one day.
Gotcha. And I got to ask you, you got the flag behind you you're a Ranger fan. I'm not, I'm an Islander fan, but I'll ask a Ranger fan. What is going on with the Rangers this year? There's a lot of problems with the coach. You made a trade early on. And the thing is, they're in a wild card spot right now, but the house is on fire right now, apparently.
It's tough. I definitely think that they have the team to go far, but I think they're going up early in games and they're not being able to close games out, and that's what's hurting us. A lot of third period losses, going up early and just falling down late. I think they'll be able to come together. They have the depth, they have the leadership. Hopefully it turns around soon, but it's definitely been a little tough watching it thus far.
The number one target I see is your head coach right now, Gerard Gallant. What are you on that bandwagon, which everyone seems to be trying to push him out the door as of late?
I like him personally. I think any coach that has the experience he does is going to be good. He brought us to semifinals last year in the Stanley Cup, and I think any guy that can come in 1 year and bring a team that far is definitely doing a good job. So I'm good with him. I think we should keep him, and we just see what happens.
Yeah, I guess, he gets a little bit more of a pass because obviously, he brought you guys pretty far last year. Lastly, before I let you go, back to Fairfield hockey, what do you guys have to do to maintain the success and carry it into the Fed Cup and be successful this year?
I think we got to show up every day like it's our last game of the year and just play as hard as possible. We have to play every game like this is nationals in March and that we want it more than the other team does. And I think thus far we've done that. We got to keep it going and just continue to buy in. This is a great program. We got guys who, want to be here every day. They show up to every practice. They show up to every game. Guys are 100% committed. And as long as we keep that going, I think we're going to be just fine in February and March.
Well, Vincent, good stuff. I appreciate your time hopping on the podcast. Congratulations on being named the Player of the Month in the Empire Conference, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Jordan. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. So again, that was the Empire Conference Howie's Player of the Month, Vincent Spazianti, representing Fairfield University. Just recently, we had the NEIHC Player of the Month, Patrick Vetter. And that will wrap it up for today's episode of the CHF Overtime Podcast. Again, alongside Patrick Vetter from Nicholas College, and now Vincent Spazianti from Fairfield University. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all soon.